Hey everybody, this is Candace from Jana Does Homeschool, and what I'm doing here is I have to teach Jana Singapore Math, the US Primary Edition this year, and I'm trying to make videos for her, so I decided to share those videos. Alright, so this is 4A of Singapore Math Primary US Edition. First thing we're going to do is draw a place value chart, and I am going to see here if I can draw a good looking table. Right now it's not looking too good, but it's really the best that I can do right now. Let me check. So this is going to be the ones, this is going to be the tens, this is going to be the hundreds, this is going to be the thousands. Yep, and we need one more. Ooh, I should have gotten a ruler. Wow, this is untidy. I don't like it, but it is what it is. All right, so we're going to use money and to remind you of how a place value chart looks. Okay, so let's say this is a $1 bill. If we had to write 1 in a place value chart, $1 or even the number 1 is just 1 1. Okay, so it's 1 1. All right, let's say we had 10 $1 bills. $10 $1 bills obviously is the same thing as having one $10 bill. Okay, so if you have 10 $1 bills, you have one 10 and just, I'm sorry, if you have one $10 bill, right? You don't have the 10 $1 bills. Let's say you had one $10 bill. Right, so if you had one $10 bill, it's the same as having one 10 and you don't have any $1 bills. Okay, let's erase. Oh no, let's not erase that. All right, let's say we had 10 $10 bills. All right, 10 multiplied by 10. You know how to multiply by 10 by 10, right? I've shown you the trick before. Here you could say 1 by 1 is 1, and then you have to count the total number of zeros. Right, so this is 1 0 and 2 zeros, and you add that to the answer, 2 zeros. So 10 by 10 is 100. In order to see 10 by 10, obviously you could also say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 until you get up to 100. You'll see that 100 is 10 tens. All right, in order to write that in a place value chart, right, technically if we felt like we wanted, we could have write 10 tens like this, but that's not how we write it. We put one digit in each under each column. So to write 100, what we do is we say we have one $100 bills, we have 0 tens, and we have 0 ones. And let me make my messy chart columns a little longer here. All right, now you have your $100 bill, right? And you can see that $100 bill is one $100 bill, 0 $10 bills, 0 ones, $1 bills. Okay, let's erase this right here. All right, so what happens now if you have 10 $100 bills? Well, this is easy. You can do it in your head. You can say 100, 200, 300, 400. I guess you can use your fingers too. And when you get to 10 $100 bills, you'll see that you'll reach the number 1,000. Another way to see this is using the mental math strategies that you learned. You can say 10 by 100, right? You learn that when you have 10 by 100, you can multiply the 1 by the 1, you'll get 1, and in the answer, you add the total number of zeros in the products, okay? So their total number of 3 zeros, so you add 3 zeros to the 1, you get 10 by 100 is equal to 1,000, all right? So let's say now that you had $1,000 bill. Like for example, you had 10 hundreds, you exchanged it at the bank and they gave you $1,000 bill. In the US, there's no $1,000 bill, but let's just assume that you're in a country where there's $1,000 bill. 1,000 is represented as 1 in the thousands columns. You don't have any $100, no $10, no $1 bills. You just have one $1,000 bill, and this is how it's represented. Let's say now that you have 10 $1,000 bills. Again, $1,000 bills don't exist, but let's say you have 10 of these. You can also multiply using, I guess you can use your fingers. Let's call it that. You can say 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. When you get to 10, you would see that you have 10,000. And I mean, you could put a comma here. You also don't have to put a comma here. I think it's common in the US to put a comma, but not everybody puts a comma here, okay? So you'll get $10,000. You can also see this by saying 10 multiplied by 1,000. Again, using the same mental math strategy, 1 by 1 is equal to 1. And then count the total number of zeros in the products. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So to this one, you add 4 zeros. You get 10 by 1,000 is 10,000. All right, so again, let's pretend. Let's say here that we have a $10,000 bill. All right, let's say you went to the bank, you gave them your 10 $1,000 bills, and they give you a $10,000 bill. You have a 1 in the 10,000 columns. You don't have any $1,000 bills, no $100 bills, no $10 bills, no $1 bills. You have 10,000. All right, so this is how you represent $1 in the place value chart: $10, $100, $1,000, and $10,000. All right. So, if you look in your we're doing Singapore Math Primary Mathematics 4A US edition, and we are going to be on page 6 here. You'll see a $1 bill, a $10 bill, a $100 bill, $1,000 bill, and 10,000. We want to show you how to write all these things in words. So here we're going to do, we have our $1 bill. This is how you write $1. My handwriting isn't the best, but you know, it is what it is. And now we have $10, so showing you how to write it in words. All right, and now we have $100. All right, and now we have our $1,000 bill, and we have $1,000, THOU, SAN, $1,000, and now we have our $10,000 bill, and we write this as $10,000. Okay, so this is how you write these currencies in words, and just wanted to show that to you, and that is on page 6 of our book. All right, now we're going to talk about how much money. So let's do that one. How much money? All right. So let's say that I gave you some money as an allowance. I don't know if I won't give you this much money as an allowance, but let's say in your allowance, you had two $10,000 bills. Oops. There we go. Let's make this two $10,000 bills. Let's say you had, these bills aren't created equal, I guess. They don't look the same. But let's say we had three $1,000 bills. All right. And then let's say now, so if you're writing this in a book, you might want to do a way better drawing than I'm doing, because my drawing, my drawing skills are really off. So anyway, let's say we had five $100 bills, right? And then let's say we had, four $10 bills. All right, and finally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is so like not like the rest. Let's erase that one. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, we had 8 $1 bills. All right, so forgive the crappy drawing, but this is the point. The point is you have two $10,000 bills, which gives you a total of how much. You can say it out to yourself before I say it. It gives you a total of $20,000. If you have two $10 bills, you have $20,000. You just add 10,000 and 10,000. If you have three $1,000 bills, how much money do you have? You can say it to yourself, and before I say it, you're gonna have $3,000. Good. If you have $100 bills, how much money will you have? You can say it to yourself before I say it. You're gonna have $500. Good. If you have 5 $10 bills. How much money do you have? This is 4 $10 bills, not 5. You're gonna have $40. And then if you have 8 $1 bills, how much money would you have? You'd have $8. All right, so the question is, how much money do you have total? All right, so you can pause the video right here, calculate how much money you have total, and then start the video back. You should have gotten that you have a total of $23,548. Did you get that? If you got that, give yourself a clap, pat on the back, you did it. What we're gonna see now is we are going to see how to write $23,548 in words. Okay, so this is how so we just got it. Let me show you. Here we wrote it in digits, meaning we use numbers, but we want to see if we had to write that out in words. Like for example, if we were making a check to someone for $23,548, how will we write it in words? And this is where I want to remind you that anytime you write a two-digit number that's greater than 20, you have to use a dash. All right, and I will show you what I mean by that if you don't fully understand. All right, so we're writing 23,000 first. 23 is greater than 20. So when we write 23, right? When we write 23 in 23,000, we are going to use a dash. That is what I meant by when you write a two-digit number, kinda. Obviously, 23,548 is a 5-digit number, but the 23 part is 2 digits. And when that's greater than 20, you have to use a dash, all right? So we write 23,000, all right? And after the 1,000, you have to remember to use a comma, just like you did when you were writing the number. 23,000, and now we say 500, okay? 500. So some people write and 48 here, some people don't. It is up to you what you want to do, but 548 is greater than 20. All right, so we write $40-8. Okay, $23,548. And I am trying to get a different color, but that's fine. All right, this is how you write it in words. Put a dash when you're writing numbers like 23, 48, 33, 55. You use a dash between the tens digits and the 1 digit. So you put $23,548, and that is page 7 on your in the textbook. All right, what we want to do next is we want to show you what $23,548 looks like on a place value chart. All right. So again, this is your place value chart. I'm actually going to get a ruler this time to draw my place value chart, and I will see if, this looks a little better here. It doesn't necessarily, still doesn't look the best, but we're using a ruler, so we're being neat, which I like. Oop, that one wasn't neat at all. All right. So we have our ones column, we have our tens column, we have our hundreds, and then we're going to represent that by hun. We have 1,000 column, and then we have 10,000. All right, so in 23,548, what digit is in the ones column? You tell me, you shout it out, and then I will put it in. We have our 8 in the ones column. What digit is in the tens column? You tell me. You have your 4 in the tens column. What digits is in the hundreds column? You have your 5 in the hundred column. What digit is in the thousands column? You have your 3 in the thousands column. And what digit is in the 10,000s column? You have your 2 in the 10,000 column. Okay? All right, and we are going to close off this place value chart, kind of show you what it means here. If you're just seeing these place value charts with just the numbers, what this tells you is you have 20,000 plus 3,000 plus 500 plus 40 plus 8, which gives you, like we saw before, a total of 23,548. All right, so that's just a little bit about place value charts, about writing numbers in words, just about a few different things, okay? About ones digits, tens digits, 100 digits, 1,000 digits, 10,000 digits, and what they mean. Now, you will go to page number 8, again of Singapore Math 4A, page number 8, the textbook, and do task 1 and task 2. And I will show you an example here in, I don't know where this extra line is coming from. In task 1, they're asking you to read the following numbers and then write them in words. So for example, this first number here, this is A. This first number, what is this number? Take a minute, say the number. All right, this number is 2,753. And to write that in words, I'll give you another, you can pause the video now actually, write it out in words and then play the video again so that you'll see what I wrote. This is going to be 2,000. You put a comma after the 1,000. Every time after the 1,000, you put a comma. 700, and the last two numbers, again, this is greater than 20, so when you write it in words, you say 50-3. All right, so that is what you would have to do for task 1 on page number 8. Let's see what you do now in task 2 of page number 8. In task 2, they're giving you the words this time. So part A, you see 8,000. This is the word, these are the words they give you. 8,000, they put a comma, 12. And what they want you to do is write the digits. So pause the video now, go ahead and do it. Now come back, and this is what I wrote. Oh, they didn't specifically say these were dollars, so let me not put a dollar sign. It's going to be 8,012. So that's it. When you're done with task 1 and 2, then you go to the workbook and you do exercise 1.